The Elephant and the Sparrow. Once upon a time, in a peaceful green forest, two little sparrows named Luna and Sunny lived happily in their cozy nest on the branch of a tall tree. They chirped together every morning and spent their days watching the skies and building a safe home. One joyful day, Luna's eggs finally hatched. Tiny baby birds emerged, their eyes closed and feathers soft as down. Luna and Sunny fluttered around with excitement, feeding their babies and singing lullabies. But not far from their tree, trouble was stirring. A huge elephant named Tusk roamed the forest. He was powerful, proud, and terribly arrogant. Wherever he went, he crushed trees, tore through bushes, and trampled nests without a second thought. He believed he was the king of the forest, and he didn't care who got hurt. That very afternoon, Tusk came stomping through the forest in a bad mood. Without warning, he slammed his massive trunk into Luna and Sunny's tree. Crack! The nest came crashing down. Luna had just gone to find food. Sunny, who had gone to fetch water, returned too late. When they reached the ground, their nest was destroyed, and their sweet baby birds were gone. Luna collapsed, crying, "Our babies! He crushed them!" Sunny lowered his head in sorrow, but Luna's eyes filled with fire. "We may be small," she said softly, "but we will not let this go." The next morning, Luna flew to visit her friend, a clever woodpecker named Pickle. She told him everything. "Tusk crushed our babies. I want justice." Pickle narrowed his eyes. "He may be big, but he's not unstoppable. Let's get help." Together, they visited Zippy the bee, fierce, loyal, and always buzzing with energy. Then they called upon Andy, a brave and clever ant who was tiny but never afraid. Finally, they asked Claus, a calm and wise crab who lived quietly near the riverbank. Luna looked around at her friends. "Tusk thinks we are too small to fight back, but together we are stronger than he can ever imagine." Pickle said, "I'll blind him." Zippy buzzed, "I'll distract him." Andy smirked, "I'll bite him where he'll never expect." And Claus added, "When he runs, I'll make sure he falls." They put their plan into action. That afternoon, Tusk lumbered to a tree and settled down for a nap. As he closed his eyes, Zippy zoomed in, buzzing furiously near his ears. Psst! Tusk growled and flapped his ears in annoyance. Then, Pickle swooped down and pecked hard at Tusk's eyes. 1, 2, 3 times. Tusk roared and thrashed around, blinded. Just then, Tiny Andy crawled swiftly up his trunk and gave a fierce bite from inside. Tusk screamed in pain. Blinded and panicked, Tusk rushed toward the river to cool down his burning trunk and eyes. But Claus was waiting. As Tusk reached the muddy bank, Claus snapped his strong pincers around Tusk's foot. The elephant stumbled, tripped, and with a mighty splash, fell into the deep water. He was too confused to swim. He flailed and kicked, but he couldn't see or breathe. In moments, the mighty Tusk was gone, swallowed by the river he had hoped would save him. Luna, Sunny, and their friends gathered on the shore. The forest was quiet again. Luna looked at the rippling water and said gently, "This wasn't revenge. It was justice for those who couldn't protect themselves." Moral of the story: even the smallest creatures can defeat the strongest enemy through unity, planning, and courage. Good night, little ones. And remember, be brave, be kind, and always be there for your friends. The end.